Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Crews from around the state worked over the weekend to restore power to Black River Electric customers. Also, a MoDOT worker was injured last week, and the North County Marching Band continues their fundraising. All of these stories are coming up.
Some winter-type weather is moving into Missouri. We have all the details coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories we're working on for you at this hour. Crews from around the state worked hard over the weekend to restore electricity to Black River Electric customers. Nearly 13,000 customers went without power from Thursday's ice storm in Wayne, Reynolds, Madison, and Boldinger counties in southeast Missouri. You can see pictures from the ice storm that our southern portions of the viewing area faced last week by visiting our website, KDKZ18.com. Now, Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. And Dustin, let's hope it's not a repeat of last week.
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Right now, we're on the warm side here in southeast Missouri. Temperatures are on the warm side, and they'll continue to fall throughout the evening hours. 44 right now in Festus, 46 in Potosi. Off to our south and east, it's a little bit warmer, 55 in Cape Girardeau and 50 right now in Poplar Bluff. As we go through the evening hours, we're going to be seeing a rain type situation. 43 at 7 p.m., 41 by midnight. It's going to be a little chilly, 39 degrees and some rain in southeast Missouri. The rain's going to continue, change over to some light snow tomorrow evening. Most of northern Missouri is going to get hammered with some snow. We'll give you all the details coming up later in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Michael Schwendeman, a Missouri Department of Transportation worker, was injured Thursday afternoon in Iron County when 19-year-old Nathaniel Bailey of Arcadia tried to pass a parked MoDOT truck and hit the plow. Bailey then hit Schwendeman and then a third vehicle. Schwendeman was trying to remove a downed tree from the road and was using his truck as a barrier. Now, we spoke with MoDOT on the importance of safety. Supervisor Don Edgar tells 18 Eyewitness News what you need to do when you see a MoDOT vehicle.
Like anything else, we have strobe lights on the fronts of our trucks, the backs of our trucks. See a truck, and our plows are 14 feet wide, so you just need to slow down and have caution around them. Give them right away if you can. Bailey
and Schwendeman were taken to St. Francis Medical Center in Cape Girardeau with moderate injuries. Two men from Fredericktown sustained minor injuries last week when their 1997 Dodge Intrepid they were in lost control during the icy conditions and overturned in a creek on Route C 7 miles south of Fredericktown. 50-year-old Delbert Mayfield and 52-year-old Joseph Mayfield were taken to Madison Medical Center by ambulance. Neither one was wearing a seatbelt, and the car was listed as totaled. 38-year-old John Ferrero of Pilot Knob waived his right to a preliminary hearing last week before Associate Circuit Judge Wendy Wexler Horn. Ferrero is charged with first-degree assault, armed criminal action, first-degree burglary, 2 counts of second-degree assault, tampering with a motor vehicle, and aggravated stalking. Now, court records show that Farmington police responded to a residence on Aldergate back in November. Dispatch had advised them that Ferrero was armed with a knife and attempted to stab someone. Ferrero also intentionally struck a vehicle occupied by a man and a woman, stabbed another man during an altercation, and punched a window out of a residence at Aldergate and unlocked the rear door and entered the residence. The case has been passed on to March 8th before Circuit Court Judge Sandy Martinez. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, the North County Marching Band continues their fundraising efforts for their trip to Washington, D.C. That story coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for Restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.
How can heat also be cool? When it comes from targeted induction technology, which uses electromagnetic waves to quick heat your pan, boiling up to 40% faster, while the surface around it stays perfectly cool to the touch. It's faster, hotter, and, well, cooler.
Hi, Bob Seabaugh at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance. Come and see this and other great features and benefits that will amaze you. Now on sale at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance in downtown Fredericktown.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The North St. Francis County Marching Band will be traveling to Washington, D.C. to perform in this year's Memorial Day Parade. Parent Ellen Masulit tells 18 Eyewitness News that the band is doing several fundraisers for the trip. One of the fundraisers is a quilt raffle.
It's a blue and gold quilt. It's called Cabin Under the Stars, and it's a very high quality quilt. It was appraised for $650.
Each student is required to raise $720 to go on the trip. They will draw a winner once they make $500. Another fundraiser the band is doing is video game night. This fundraiser was supposed to take place this past weekend, but due to the inclement weather, it has been postponed until March 15th and 16th. For more information on getting tickets for the quilt or the video game night, just go to our website at kdkz18.com and click on this story. 23-year-old Willie Glenn of Bixby and 28-year-old Mark Twawick of Salem have been arrested and charged for making methamphetamine near Viburnum. Both men have been charged with one count of manufacturing a controlled substance. Police say they are still searching for another suspect. Police reports say that the department observed 3 men cooking meth in a car last week along Hall Road near the golf course just outside of Viburnum. Once police arrived, the 3 men left the car and ran into the woods. Glenn and Trawick were later captured. Dexter police are investigating several car break-ins lately. Police say some of the cars were not locked and personal belongings were taken, but some items have been recovered. The police department is currently looking for the suspects and says other break-ins have occurred throughout the county. If you have any information regarding these break-ins, contact the Dexter Police Department at 624-5512. Well, 2 people have been arrested in connection with the death of a man whose body was found inside a truck in a parking lot. The Stoddard County Sheriff's Department says that preliminary autopsy results showed that 34-year-old Sean Crow of Bernie was a homicide victim. His body was found February 20th in a truck in the parking lot of the McDonald's in Advance. A witness said the truck was parked in the lot at around 6 p.m. Tuesday night. The cause of death has not been released. The 2 people have been arrested but have not been formally charged.
How much snow will we see here in southeast Missouri? All the details coming up next in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
With extended hours, let the UPS store pack and ship your gifts.
Hi, I'm Steve from the UPS store in Farmington, Missouri. Me and my staff would like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We're starting to see another round of winter weather moving through southeast Missouri tonight, through tomorrow, and into Wednesday. Looking at weather headlines for southeast Missouri, like I said, another round of winter weather. Looks like mainly rain here in southeast Missouri. May change over to some light snow. Doesn't look too impressive at all. However, travel to northern portions of Missouri, central portions of Missouri, Cape Girardeau, Columbia, Kansas City, northward. It's not recommended as they're going to get a lot of snow. Some areas could see up to a foot of snow in some areas, but it's hard to tell right now. As we get closer, we'll fine tune that. 44 right now in Festus, 48 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown 49, a little bit warmer at Cape Girardeau at 55 degrees, 50 in Ironton, and 50 right now in Piedmont. Good thing Cape Girardeau's not going to see that much snow. 44 right now with some rain out there here at the studio. Feels like 37, current dew point 33, 64% humidity, and east-northeast wind 16 miles per hour. It's quite windy out there. All right, let's break this down. We're going to see mostly rain throughout southeast Missouri. The further north you go, the more snowfall you'll see. If you are traveling up north towards Columbia, I keep wanting to say Cape Girardeau, Columbia, Jefferson City, that type of area, the further north you go, we could see 4 to 6, possibly 8 inches of snow. Some areas could see 8 to 12 inches of snow throughout southeast Missouri. I'm thinking maybe a dusting at most here in southeast Missouri. So for tonight, low around 39 degrees with some showers in the area. Maybe a little snowflake here or there, but mostly rainfall, especially tonight. East wind 10 to 20, other area temperatures 34 in Festus to 42 down in Poplar Bluff. Then for tomorrow, we'll see rain starting out in the morning hours. Then change over to a wintry mix, then change over to some light snow here in southeast Missouri. Like I said, a light dusting at most, maybe 1 to 2 inches depending on where you are. Maybe a little bit further north you go, we'll see a little bit more of a formation of snowfall throughout southeast Missouri. Next several days look like this. It's going to see some snowfall on your Wednesday, light snowfall that is, 39 degrees. I don't think it's going to amount to much. Like I said, the further north you go, then that's when we're going to see the most. 40 degrees on Thursday, mostly cloudy on Friday, 38, 35, and partly sunny on your Saturday. Warmer and 42 on Sunday. By Monday, we're near 50, so we're starting to get back to that routine of seeing some spring-like weather in the horizon, hopefully. All right, that's checking your storm tracker weather forecast. More details located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. We'll be right back.
Time now for a 2-minute tour of Missouri. First Lady Michelle Obama will be in Missouri later this week to promote her campaign against childhood obesity. Mrs. Obama will be in Springfield Thursday afternoon as part of a national tour for the 3rd anniversary of her Let's Move campaign. Now, the program is the First Lady's initiative to improve the health of children and solve the childhood problem of obesity. The tour also includes stops in New York and Chicago. Obama will appear at a Walmart in Springfield, but the exact store location has not been disclosed. A former Missouri House Speaker whose political career was stymied by an assault conviction and stalled bribery inquiry is back in the state capitol as a newspaper owner. Rod Jetton helped Missouri Republicans cement control of the legislature as House Speaker from 2005 to 2009. He pleaded guilty in 2011 to a reduced misdemeanor assault charge for hitting and choking a woman during sex at her Sykeston home back in 2009 and was sentenced to probation. Jetton was also investigated by a federal grand jury in 2010 over his handling of a 2005 bill regulating sexually oriented businesses, but the panel didn't issue an indictment. Jetton and a former campaign manager have started the Missouri Times, which covers the Capitol for an audience of lawmakers, lobbyists, legislative staffers, and political junkies. Springfield police and fire officials are investigating the deaths of a woman and 2 children whose bodies were found inside of a burning home. Crews arrived within minutes of a passerby's call Saturday morning and quickly extinguished the fire. The bodies of the victims were found inside the home. Originally, it was thought that smoke was the cause of death, but Springfield police are working the investigation while autopsies are being done. City spokesperson Cora Scott said in a release that police had been called in to assist the investigation because it could not be determined that the fire was the cause of death. Scott says the victims have not been positively identified. A wrong-way crash on I-55 in St. Louis has left one man dead and another man injured. The accident occurred early Saturday when a car headed south in the northbound lanes collided with another car. That car then headed into the wrong direction, caught fire, and the driver was pronounced dead at the scene. The 36-year-old driver of the other car was taken to an area hospital where he was listed in serious but stable condition.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Pretty soon, this beach is going to be packed with spring breakers, and they're all going to be looking to save a buck. If that sounds familiar, you need tips, and they're just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-796-6986.
A hectic lifestyle can wreak havoc with our schedules, and as Dr. Bill Meyer explains in today's Focus on the Family, it can wreak havoc with our bodies too.
There was an autoimmune problem, thyroid disease, and the migraines just started kicking in. It's been quite a ride.
Terry consulted several doctors who ruled out any physical cause. That left only one diagnosis.
They did all the physical tests. Then it kind of boiled down to, well, it's probably stress related.
So why does stress cause so many physical problems? Well, any stress in our lives kicks in the so-called fight or flight response.
Frequent headaches, dizziness, palpitations of the heart. There's a really good reason for that, because when there's extra adrenaline in the body, then that adrenaline actually affects the coronary arteries and narrows those.
So you go into the doctor and they say, well, dear, you just need to cut down the stress in your life. And you put that on your list. But that's not really doable because, you know, life is what it is.
The good news is there are some practical things you can do to relieve stress. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest, eating healthy, journaling or writing down your feelings, and perhaps most importantly, regular physical activity almost always helps.
Moderate exercise is extremely important because what it does, it raises our natural endorphins.
But none of those things will work if you don't slow down enough to include them in your life.
You really do have to pace yourself and put your time and effort into things that you really care about and are passionate about. You have to know your limitations.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
Dr. Bill Meyer encourages parents especially to take some time for themselves for exercise and relaxation, because stressed out parents make for stressed out kids. And if the stress in your life has become overwhelming, you're sure to seek professional help. For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, visit our website, kdkz18.com, and click on the Focus on the Family link. The annual pilgrimage of spring break is beginning, but if you're a student on a budget, maybe you're wondering how to have the most fun for the least amount of money. Money expert Stacy Johnson has some tips to stretch that spring break buck.
Sun, surf, and sand. Students all over the country are about to embark on spring break. No matter what the destination, it's the students who plan ahead and stay flexible. They're the ones who are going to have a great break without breaking the bank.
Just hang out at the beach. It's free, you know, it's free entertainment, it's free enjoyment.
Tip 1, airfare can be a huge expense. Get a group together and carpool. Road trips can be super fun and a great way to split the cost. Tip 2, pack carefully. Bring your own sunscreen, toiletry, snacks, drinks. You're going to save a ton by avoiding convenience stores and gift shops. Tip 3, talk to the locals. Ask where the best happy hour buffets are. If you're eating out, get restaurant coupons and gift certificates in advance from sites like restaurant.com. KDKZ.com. Better yet, tip 4, make your own meals. Rent a room with a kitchen. You can find them to fit even a tight budget.
Can't afford that beachfront hotel? Well, here's an idea. How about a hostel? This one here has separate dormitory rooms, one for women, one for men, and you can get a bunk for just $30 a night. Be prepared to follow the rules, though. They don't allow loud partying here, and definitely no fraternizing.
And a final tip, don't give your smartphone a break. Group discount sites like Living Social and Groupon offer deals on everything from trips to food. And there are apps aplenty for discounts, language translation, weather, and more.
Now, these tips don't just apply to students. All of them, even the hostel idea, can apply to breakers of all ages. You want to save money on your spring break vacation? Just go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for spring break. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals didn't do so well in Sunday's game. The Blues pull one out, and a weekend loss for Missouri. It's all coming up here in Sports Zone.
Tips to make you money delivered daily. The totally free Money Talks newsletter. Sign up now and get my money makeover video, a $50 value, as my gift. MoneyTalksNews.com.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1. This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
Sunday's game against the Red Sox didn't turn out so well with the St. Louis Cardinals. Red Sox pitcher John Lester threw 24 pitches, including 17 strikes, and retired all 6 batters he faced. Cardinals starter John Gaster served up a pair of runs in the second inning, which the Red Sox began with 3 consecutive singles and a walk. Pedro Sirocco drove home his first run with a single to center. After a walk to Mitch Mayer, Gaster induced a double play that allowed another runner to score. The Cardinals couldn't keep up and lost to the Red Sox a final of 5-3. A 1-1 tie was broken when David Perron shot a goal midway through the third period. The Blues snapped a 5-game winless skid on the home ice with a 2-1 victory against the Columbus Blue Jackets at the Scott Trade Center. Perron picked up his 11th point in the past 10 meetings against the Jackets. Chris Stewart picked up his 9th point in 8 games by opening up the scoring. And Yaroslav Halak stopped 19 shots on goal. The Blues don't play again until Thursday. And Julius Mays' 8 points in overtime, including 4 free throws in the final 33 seconds of the game, helped Kentucky get past Missouri a final of 90-83 on Saturday night. Phil Pressey's 27 points kept Missouri in the game, but didn't help Missouri finish on top. That's Today in Sports. Fred and Dustin, guys, it's back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Let's take a quick check at that forecast for the rest of this evening. We're going to see rain off and on this evening. 43 degrees at 7 p.m., 41 by 9. By midnight, we're down to 39. That does it for 18 Eyewitness News. Stay tuned for the latest weather information tonight at 10 o'clock as we give you an update on the upcoming winter storm that's going to be moving through portions of Missouri. Until then, have a great evening. Newswatch is next, and don't forget to check out our website, KDKZ18.com.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com. Coming up tonight on KDKZ Channel 18.